Okay, I am straight cheating with this one. While I finished this game in August, I didn't get a review up until September. So technically, it has no business on this list. But if you saw what is to come for the September version of Final Take, you'd understand why I'm getting this one out of the way now. Blue Rose is a very ambitious title that hopes to combine the epic adventure sense of the JRPG genre and the softer romantic notes of Otome. It does succeed in this, as I found the game enjoyable and I even didn't mind much of its romantic routes, but it didn't always hit the mark of its own ambitions. The story relies strongly on its main character Lena, and the choices she makes as she recovers from an attack that possibly killed off her entire team and the ambassador she was supposed to protect. With no immediate purpose, she begins to go native in this mysterious town in the mountains, and from there she finds new and interesting ways to make things worse. Interesting for the most part. In my official review, I called this game romantic comfort food, and it is. While the world is interesting and well developed, the characters often can't break free of their tropes and stand out. Only one of the 5 routes is truly difficult to sit through though, while the others have predictable moments, but the overall experience wins out. In between the romantic stuff, the main storyline of service, death, and consequences gets as dark as I've ever seen any English Otome game get. There is a substantial body count by game's end, and unlike many games, books, and other media that rely on romance, you do feel like Lena's good endings were all well earned. And that is ultimately the biggest appeal of this game, at least from a romantic sense. It doesn't feel contrived or convenient for Lena. All of her victories have a cost, and all of the romances that she has an option for are born from her lifestyle as a soldier and even as an orphan. And I will take that over the atypical Otome trope of sudden main character attraction any day. A very cinematic approach was taken to just how this title looks, but the gameplay can be frustrating. By the second act, typos, misplaced art, and glitches become very noticeable. In a free visual novel, this would be easier to ignore, but considering this one comes with a $19.99 price tag, all of this should have been fixed in beta. I said it in the review, and I renew that call here. White Cat Games needs to go back through Blue Rose, do another beta session, and re-release it with these problems fixed. Outside of that, there are 2 gameplay mechanics that stand out. The first is an overworld map that is horribly underutilized. Instead of expanding the world with new and interesting side stories and Lena exploring and seeing what all the town has to offer, it mainly just helps to set up the romantic path you can go on in the 3rd act. The second gameplay mechanic are the inclusion of side stories that are unlocked when you achieve both a good and bad ending on your romantic path. This expands the characters and makes multiple playthroughs feel worthwhile, and I'd love to see it used more in the future with other EVNs. Blue Rose doesn't quite meet the bar it sets up for itself, but it is fun for what it is. I wouldn't put down cash just yet due to the reasons I stated here, but if you just want a new romance game to play or find a demo for it appealing, by all means go for it. It's a decent way to spend the afternoon.